Hey guys, this is Hell Hades. This is another Raid Shadow Legends video. So today I'm going to do a full champion guide on Umbral Enchantress, one of my new favourite epic void champs. Before I get into that, I just want to go through a couple of bits within the sort of in-game news actually. So I don't know if everyone is on Discord. I've got my own Discord server now, which I've got the link to in the video notes. But one of the things that's come out from official Discord today, from the Raid official Discord, is something from Cirilla. So, hello all, you've probably already seen the news in game. We'd like to let you know there's a double chance event for summoning shards, sacred shards, and that starts on the 6th of December. You'll see in game news when the event's launched. So guys, if you've got sacreds, now's the time, well not now, but from the 6th onwards, that's the time to be rolling these shards. Double chance, really, it goes from 6 to 12%. I've actually got 7 shards saved up at the moment, so hoping to get a new legendary tomorrow. That's the first point. Second point, which I think must have come from the actual forums. I've not seen where this actual post came from, but again from Cirilla. There will be a special fusion for Christmas, but you already know that much, so she's just kind of confirming that. You can't give details at the moment, but you'll find out sooner than you think. I would be shocked if this is not a new champion. So I know a lot of people were after Sonic. I would love Sonic, but I would be shocked if they don't bring out a new champion, because every single fusion they've done that I'm aware of has been a new champion. I think that's right, maybe with the exception of Foley. But a new fusion for them is a good chance for them to sell shards. It's a new chance for them to kind of get people to invest a bit more cash. So I would be shocked if it's not a new champion. I would also be shocked if it's not something like a Mrs. Claus, or some sort of partner in crime to Sonic, or an elf, or something Christmassy that isn't Sonic. I'd just be shocked if it's not. And I would imagine that the fusion champions that come alongside it, like normal, we generally have 2 fusion epics which are already in the game, and then there's normally 2 fusion epics which are new to the game. So again, I'd be shocked if they don't follow that same sort of pattern. But they say it'll be sooner than you think. So what I would say to everybody is just control your resources. So if you've got quests coming up and it's things like, so see here, I'm about to get a reset on my weekly quests tomorrow. So I'm going to have ones here which is like ascend a champion, upgrade a champion to rank 4. Both of those will give me energy. I'm going to store those energies and just hold it for the full week until I see if the fusion comes out in that time. Similarly on the monthly stuff, if you're about to reset on your monthlies and you're going to get the opportunity to get extra energy and resources, hold on to them for now. Hold on to any shards for now, apart from perhaps the sacreds for the double summoning event. It's just a good time to slow down your resource grind. If you've bought a pack, if you went in and bought, maybe it's gone by now, yeah it's gone. There was a pack yesterday or day before which was like a extra energy pack where you can buy energy and it gives you like a chunky amount of energy, like 1500, and then a load of pots. They're normally quite reasonable value if you're going to pay money for stuff in this game. It's one of the things that I do buy from time to time, which is why I quite often have refills. If you've got those, hold on to those chunky amounts of energy. Let's just be ready for the fusion, because we know what it's going to be. It'll be a grindy fusion like all the rest. One other point before I get onto Umbral. So, looking into my YouTube, thanks for watching. Everyone's here, thanks very much. Just generally, so I'm coming up to about 2,800 subs, which is amazing. I'm really pleased with that. But about 70% of the people right now watching this video have watched my videos regularly, and you're not subbing. Just hit the sub button, it doesn't cost any money. Anyway, enough on that. Let's get into Umbral Enchantress. So what I want to do is show you how I've got it built at the moment. So pretty much what I've done, I tried to build it for arena only to start with. So I've done high accuracy, which means I've got 4 pieces of accuracy set, and then I've got some subs with accuracy on it as well. I've also got a banner with accuracy. And I've also just gone for chunking out as much defense as I can. So I didn't really worry about any of the other stats. I kind of wanted a bit of resistance, but I wanted high defense, high accuracy. That's pretty much what I've gone for. So if you look at my things like my ring, high defense, defense percentage, Amulet, high defense with accuracy, resistance. Actually got a nice crit damage roll in here as well. Banner was accuracy, HP, defense, and speed. And then basically my 2 defense items, we've got resistance, accuracy, crit, speed, HP, defense. Yeah, so you see there's just a real common theme. And then all of my base 3 items here, gloves, chest, and boots, are all defense percentage with hopefully some speed rolls on. See? So I've kind of done the same thing right through the build. And then Masteries, I've got, again, kind of full defensive Masteries. So more defense, take less damage, take some of the, heal a bit if they heal, give resistance to my allies if I place a buff on myself, which I 100% will do with this champion. Take some of the damage my enemy, my other champions will get, my other allies. And yeah, so you can just kind of see I've kind of spread it around to be resistance heavy, defense heavy, chance to counter attack, which will work really nicely with this champion. She's got a really strong A1. And then I've kind of gone accuracy, chance to increase my turn meter if a debuff that I cast expires. So she casts 2 debuffs against the whole team. Evil Eye's really good on this champion because she does an A1 which hits hard, and she's got the counter attack, so potentially she's going to be doing the counter attack into Evil Eye. And then this just goes down and gives me a better chance of placing the block buff ability. I'll just walk you through her skills. Got an A1 which does damage, and the damage increases as her HP decreases. So this hits hard. This is a good ability, and it partners really well with her A3, where she taunts or provokes the entire enemy team for 2 turns. Really strong. Booked up is 100% chance. She is a void, so she hasn't got a weak affinity. And at the same time, she places an unkillable buff on herself, so she's not going to drop in those 2 turns. Gives you the rest of your team just loads of time to go ahead and nuke your opponents. So in the arena, this is a long, 2 turns is a long time in the arena. This is great. In places like dungeons, basically 2 turns should be long enough to kill a wave, and then basically it resets for the next wave anyway, which I'll show you shortly. The first thing what I want to do is I just want to show you, and a skill 2, array 2, is again an AoE ability, and booked up is 100% chance to put a block buffs debuff for 3 turns. Again, really strong ability. So I want to show you her in an arena fight as she is built right now. And then actually what I'm going to do is I'm going to tweak her build. Let's see if I can do this one. I'm in Plat Arena. All of these fights are hard. You might have seen my arena videos, which I've been putting out over the last week. I'm trying to win a Plat chest just using offensive epic champions. And Umbral has been kind of a part of that team for me. So Muslim Mage is good in this team because he can just wipe off all of these bombs and stuff, so I don't take a load of damage. And then I've got Madame Cerise, who kind of gets rid of any debuffs on the enemy. And then basically Umbral comes in next. I should have turn meter reduced. Just wait for it to come in a second, but I normally will put a block buffs up as my next ability with Umbral. The only thing is this team's slow. So actually they've cast something on me here which has blocked all of my abilities. I wonder who does that. I don't know who does that actually. Basically locked out all of my abilities for a few turns. See that A1 though? A1 47k. That's without any sort of, she's basically just a defense tank right now. She doesn't have much else going for her. Which is why I want to try different builds shortly where I'd put her in up to sort of higher crit rates, crit chances. Go on this guy, get him out of the game. Some fears up. See what she does here. 13k, but that wasn't a crit. Trying to burn through these guys, hopefully. And then I'll get into showing you what I'm going to do in terms of changing the build. Taking longer than normal because they blocked out all my abilities. So this is, she's got a block buffs on, but I'm going to do it anyway because he. Oh no, I'm not going to wait actually. Look at that damage. Absolutely nukes. Just with an A1. Does similar single target damage to a lot of the kind of real heavy carries in this game. And she's not built to have sort of high crit rate or anything like that. I've not actually been able to show you her abilities really here, but you can get a sense of the damage at least. But I was really surprised. I mean, I got her as part of the last fusion event. There was 2 ways to get her, and I picked her up in both ways, which meant I had a spare copy. I thought, I'll just give her a try, just sort of put some gear, you know, build her up and put some gear on her. She turned out to be pretty strong. So anyway, look, we got through that. So her build at the moment does decent damage, and it's just made me think, to make her viable in places like dungeons, I need her to be faster than this. 153 speed is too slow to like help me with dragons and like ice golems and those sort of places. So I think all of my gear here is fine, but I want to start just throw some extra speed and potentially a bit more great crit damage on her. So I'm going to throw on some bits that I've got, which just boosts those different areas for me. So I'm going to go damage 13. I want to get her some pretty chunky stats in crit damage and crit rate. Gone on, build on, got this one, speed, defense crit. I still want it to be tank. I still want her to have high defense. So I think that's part of the damage. This is nice here. Gloves I'm going to change into crit great gloves. So I'm going to get her to 100% crit or close enough to it. So we're up to 90 so far. That's already pretty good. I'm going to leave 2 bits of accuracy on so she still lands her taunts. And I'm just going to throw some speed boots on her. Crit damage here. They're not perfect. I'm obviously losing a load of defense to do this, but it does push her up to, you know, well over 200 speed. Still at nearly 300 accuracy. Still at 4.3k defense. Speed, good crit rate. Crit damage has gone up maybe about 20%. Not loads, but it's gone up a bit. Just want to see if this becomes then a really strong build to use in some of the dungeons. So what we're going to do first is throw into dragons. Now she's not going to do tons of damage against the actual boss, but I'm just wondering if she can be a sort of hyper carry for some of the wave content in terms of just pulling all of the waves in against her. So what I want is Gala is good for me. I don't want this to be too overpowered so that I'm just kind of burning through it because you won't really get a view of her. So we're going to try on Dragon. So I think she's going to be super effective on waves, drawing all of the damage to her. I've got somebody for defense down for me. I've got somebody who's going to be a nuker. I've got somebody who's going to be a speed boost and healer. And then I've got Steel Skull in here because he's actually going to be able to heal her up when she goes super low. He's also able to cleanse some of the dragon stuff. And poisons at the end are the best way to kind of nuke the dragon down. So I think I've got a good variety of team. You know, it's all epics and 1 rare, so it's not like I've got a ton of legendaries in here. You see here, so she provoked the whole team, and we're now basically in a situation where the DPS guys can just do what they need to do. Steel Skull's a nice pairing with her because he puts defense up as well, which means she's going to hit harder. And we kind of just ease our way through the wave. And, you know, I mean, it's not the toughest wave in the world, but you'll see when we get to wave 2. So at the moment she's got 2 levels of block cooldowns. If we was in the arena here, she wouldn't be able to activate any of her skills again. You'll see we're going to get to, straight away, bang, straight on again. New wave, refreshes, she's able to put it on again. Which means this wave, which is normally quite deadly actually, it's hard to beat the second wave without losing somebody, unless you've got kind of resurrection champions. So we're now in wave 2 and we're under no pressure at all because we know that she is going to deal with all of the damage. So that first ability, I mean, a main ability there, hitting for A1, I mean, sorry, hitting for 18k. You know, it hits for similar amounts to what a DPSer would do. See, this increased defense here from Steel Skull really boosts her because she's got a high defense base anyway. It's not the quickest in the world. We're going to be, what, 130 30 or so onto the dragon, and even killing the dragon with this team is not going to be super quick because I've not got kind of insane team out there. But I didn't want to put bad L in here and Arbiter and everybody, because then it doesn't really show off the benefit of what she can do. But I think you can sort of see here. Okay, she's hitting for 25k or so, which is strong, but not insane, but it's strong. There's definitely when you're talking about Tyrell's hitting for 25s, she's hitting for 28s. It's definitely good, considering the amount of utility she brings. So I think she's certainly not just an arena champ. So this is one example. I'm going to show you her after this fight in Ice Golems as well. And Ice Golems is pretty tough fight, I'd say. You just kind of see the amount of utility she can bring to that. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to see how this build performs in arena as well. So that's her taking on the dragon. Pretty comfortable with a team of, I'd say, fairly accessible champions. So let's take out my normal team here. Let's go with let's make sure we've got a team that can actually do it. Do that by default. So let's have in Tyrell again for these sort of fights. I'm going to put one Royal Guard in. Let's make sure she goes in. Let's put Masteries. I think I'm going to put in somebody. Let me just think about it a second. Yeah, I think we're probably going to do that same team again, actually, but with Madame Cerise in this one. So the idea here again, so see here, she's going to pull in all of the opponents, same sort of setup as what we just did. Wave 1's not normally the problem. Wave 2 is normally the problem in Ice Golems. See how quickly we're kind of nuking through these waves. And again, okay, we've got a Royal Guard in there and he hurts. He does good damage. Everyone else is a kind of pretty standard sort of champ. 25 seconds through the first wave. He then puts his block debuffs up. See this ability? So with these forward dog things, these hounds, they do that shriek ability, which means that any damage you do to them comes back at you. See how it didn't land? Got block debuffs up. So now when Royal Guard goes in for his nuke, he's not going to kill himself, he's going to kill them. And it just makes this wave really effective. You see her there, she's done a provoke, it's hit them all for about 20k. That's a strong hit for somebody who's kind of there just for utility, really. We're going to be on to the actual boss, just over a minute. Not bad at all. Again, we've got a team of all epics here. And then obviously the boss. The boss is quite a slow fight generally. Madame Cerise is quite nice because she put the decreased attack and decreased defense, and it goes on for a long time. And then pretty much here it's just a kind of a case of getting through them. She failed to land the provoke there, but she can do the provokes on these guys as well, which is really strong. But what I'm going to do, I'm just going to cut to the end here because obviously this is going to be, I don't know, maybe another minute or two of fighting, but you can kind of get the idea that it can help you through those waves really well, and and basically get you to that boss fight. Hopefully you've then got better champions here that might be able to just help you clear the actual boss faster, but we'll have no problem clearing the boss with this. Okay, so we ended up coming in at 5 minute 20. It's not quick, but then I didn't have my team really in there to be quick. I just wanted to show you what she could do for waves. Her as part of my normal kind of nuking team, I think she'd be really strong. I just didn't want to throw in a load of legendaries to make it kind of irrelevant to most people. I think, she can easily run through Minnow. I think most champions can, though. It's not like she's going to massively benefit you there. She could come in. I just want to try something with Spider actually to give you an idea of what could be done on Spider. So what I've set up a theme here which kind of shows how different champions can support the kind of two nukers, and in this one Morley is the kind of provoke. So think what I'm going to try and see if she can swap for Morley and be that provoker. Ideally, what she does is she provokes the spiders whilst these guys do all the damage. My fear here is that she might just die too fast, but let's try it anyway. You'll see it's, again, I've got a legendary in there. He's really strong for spider, but the rest of the champions are kind of standard, 2 rares, 2 epics. So you see she provokes for 2 turns on everybody and she becomes unkillable. So those poisons that are going to be ticking away, which is normally the death of us here, won't be killing us. The idea is she's the focus of all the attention, whilst Ignatius basically kicks out the damage through his burn. And obviously Cold Heart can land her Heartseeker, which keeps the boss at bay. Annoyingly, Tyrell didn't land his defense down, which is going to make this fight longer because we should be already around here on HP, about a third. So my worry here is perhaps I've got her too quick for the fight. You'd actually want her to be even slower than this. You'd want her to be more like 150 because her abilities run out too quick. But she's definitely suitable for that role. I haven't really positioned it so that in the right gear. I probably should have done it before I changed the gear around. Yeah, we're probably going to struggle now, maybe. See. This stage, it's just kind of waiting for Ignatius to be able to get his cooldown back of his AoE burn. Probably wasn't the best highlight of it actually. You see, I mean, you can just see what Ignatius does to the spider. Every time someone with this AoE HP burn moves, the spider takes an absolute chunk of damage. It's easily the strongest ability for spider, and I was super fortunate to get him. I actually had him in the vault before I realised this was going to be one of the kind of key strats for spider. You see here, look, he's basically done nearly all the damage on this spider. So anyway, look, it probably wasn't the best example, but what she basically did there was keep the flak off of the DPS guys for long enough for me to still win that fight. And I think if you slow her down to about 151, 152, so that her unkillable doesn't run off as quick, then she'll be even more effective there. Just as an idea. But yeah, so I think 3 of the dungeons she's super strong for. I'm going to show you this build now in Arena. She's too quick for my normal team. So actually what I want to do is pretend basically that she is my nuker in my speed team. So normally, in fact what I'm going to do is I'm going to run my normal team and then I'm going to run her after. So my normal team would be Arbiter lead, as fast as I can get her. I would then have my, did this on auto. I'd then have Gerda to basically nullify the enemy team. I would then have my defense down, which is Ghostborn, and then I'd normally run, not that Skull Crown, that one, as my nuke. Skull Crown as my nuke. So let's see the difference in damage between Skull Crown and Umbral. So I can run this on auto. Pretty much, as long as I'm quicker than their team, I should win. Defense down across the board, and then my Skull Crown comes in and nukes. So she's doing what, 80 to 90k there. The Skull Crown is widely thought of as the kind of hardest nuking champion. So let's have a look and see what happens if I push Umbral into the nuke spot and throw it on auto. So I'm actually slower, which is not going to work. Let's just ruin that fight. So let's try against a different team. I just want to have a team where I can actually just show you basically the same fight. That whole fight there is why I don't play this speed team when I get to this sort of level of fighting, because I'm just not quick enough. And now I'm probably going to struggle because Hegemon's just locked out my team. Am I going to get anything down? No, I'm not. They're all going to die. This is probably the worst example of showing you how this is going to run I've ever done. Let's have a refresh and see if we can just get a team that I can show you a nuke with. Try this one. Here we go. Right. So I guess the difference is Skullcrown benefits from this attack up buff, whereas my Umbral doesn't. Umbral would benefit from a defense up, but it's just going to show you the kind of capability. So I actually don't want to try and nuke anyone, so I want Umbral to do it for me. So I'm going to put their defense down. Put defense down across the board except here. So I'm going to show you the damage on, firstly, the nuke ability. Not the nuke really, but it's to provoke. So this is actually just a CC ability. So bang, 22s, 23Ks right across the board. Interestingly, that's doing less damage than when I had her built for higher defense, lower speed, which is kind of one of the things I wanted to test out in this video. I wonder if let's try this one quickly. I wonder if still need their defense down. Just wondering if I put in Mausoleum Mage. I'm just going to do a quick bit of fiddling. So basically, he's going to put my defense up. I want somebody who puts my defense up to go before her, so that I can see what the nuke ability would look like with increased defense. So his speed is what, 210. She's at 211 typically. I'll make him a little bit quicker. Some gloves with some speed on. I do. Yeah, so the aim is just to see what sort of nuke damage she'll do with defense up. Because defense up on this champion's massive. You know, to increase someone's defense by 60% when they're a champion that gets their attack from their defense value, quite a big deal. Where is he? Where is he? I'm still going to put their defense down. Hopefully I'm still going to be quick enough to get her off in time. Let's see. So, speed ourselves up. Still quick, yeah. So defense up on my team now. I'm going to put defense down on their team. See this? And then we're going to throw that nuke in there and see what we do. 40k, 28, 30, yeah, so nice, nice. That kind of gives you an idea of the sort of values that we can get out of her just in a kind of arena comp. So she's not a nuke, she's not a Skullcrown, she's a defensive champ. But look at this, all of these guys are focused on her now. So I'm going to clear off the stuff that's annoying. Let's just get weaken up there. Show you what our A1 hits for. So bang, 35k A1. That's before she's lost any health. And I'm just going to show you the same sort of thing again, but I'll show you what. Wait, it might be too quick. See, just want to show you what our A2 hits for as well. Hopefully, if I'm quick enough. Our Arbiter is quick though. Yeah. Might be going first. I think we are. I've got block debuffs up anyway. Let's put the defense down on these guys. I think it's landed right across the board, yeah. And you'll see what our A2 hits for this time. So A2, slow it down so you can see the numbers. 40s, 40s, 30s, yeah. So you see the damage that she's doing, and at the same time she's putting on a really strong ability. Just think she's great for the arena. I think for any team actually, even a team of legendaries, she could be a really great asset if she's built right. So that is her in arena. Lastly, I just want to show you what to do in a Faction Wars team. So it's Demon Spawn today, which is helpful. So far, even since the changes, I've not been able to get past stage 14. This is the first time that I would be able to put her into a team. Now I've got someone in my team here, this guy, Inifui Blood Twin, who basically is a full nuke champion, and I've not really been able to use him because he's just focused down and killed too quickly. I'm hoping here that she can come in and change that for me, so she can pull all of the targets against her, which leaves my offensive champion open to do some real damage. So let's just see how this plays out. As I say, I've not beaten this round before, but look at that damage, 16k across the board on level 14. Faction Wars is no kind of, it's not cheap damage. That is good level damage there. As I say, I did have, until I built her, I've not been able to get past this round, or even really that close to getting past this round with this team. But so far so good, sort of working through wave 1 pretty easily. She's taking the damage, even when she provokes not on, which is quite interesting actually. Not going on to this void guy, which was definitely what it was doing before. Because she's tanky with it, she's yeah, she's kind of laughing at people really. You see there, straight away wave 2, she's got her main ability back. She's now taking all of that focus again. Just think, she could be super carry in a lot of areas of this game. And I'm still kind of toying with what build should be the right build for her. But this isn't a bad one. Keeping her quite quick is definitely not a bad idea. I can see the benefits of her being super slow. You know, as long as she gets her ability off, if she's just a bit quicker than the waves and she's able to go, then, you know, I think it could be pretty insane. But if we do get past this one, I might even try her in the next fight, which is the Arbiter fight, because the Arbiter fight it's hard for any team. I think I've beaten it on maybe a couple of my teams, and I know that Plarium are looking to just kind of weaken it all again actually. So he probably doesn't take any of that stuff, but at least she's unkillable. We seem to be doing pretty well so far. Got this guy in Relentless Gear so that he does... It's nasty. So that he does multiple attacks sometimes. You see there, we just got a bit of turn meter reduction in our Masteries. And this is the first time I've actually managed to get... is it Allure? I don't think what her name is. I think it's Allure. This girl. I think it's Allure. Into a boss fight. And you see the damage she's done there in terms of reducing turn meter. So she's super effective if you can get her into the fights. It's brilliant. Stuns. But this is definitely the closest I've come. She's got her ability back. It is. Not 2 turns now that she can't be killed. Got a good chance here. Definitely chunking some damage on me. Right, all stuns come on again. I think we're going to do it just about 15k again from array 1. Gone down. There we go. Okay, so we've got through the fight just about 3 minutes, not too bad. But there you go, got a book out of it. Actually, I need more epic books. That's nice. Let's just see what she does against this kind of crazy wave. So I've got her to, what speed was I get her to? 211. Pretty sure 210 is the speed you need to be able to combat the Arbiter. So let's just have a run through this one. If she can go first and make everyone do their A1s against the Arbiter wave, it's pretty much the answer for, I think it is anyway, the answer to beat them. So let's see how this goes. Wave 1, obviously she's pulling all the damage on her again, whilst the rest of the guys have got a chance just to do their kind of, you know, basic moves. Quite nice, it just means we get a pretty easy ride on the first wave. He's taken a fair amount of damage. I've got no healer in this set, which is a worry, I guess. You know, can we definitely get through the waves? If we can, it means that she'll have her abilities back for the second set of waves. But actually, they've got quite a lot of healing going on here. We'll see. I think that's it's a tough thing with faction wars. It kind of, you get to sort of stage 14 plus, and it becomes really difficult. Okay, she's dropped. She's dropped, so a bit more work to be done. But yeah, at least I got through one stage that I wasn't able to get through. Probably just need somebody in this lineup that can actually heal more effectively, or maybe she needs to be put in life steal or something like that. But anyway, let's leave out that. I'm not going to win that without her there. So yeah, so that is Umbral the Enchantress. I think she's a really cool epic. She's so much utility in the game, very unique, and she partners so well with a number of different champions. So yeah, hopefully you enjoyed that. It's Hades. Been my video on Umbral Enchantress. Speak to you soon.